Yo, what's poppin'? It's Jabari98 back once again for another TCG video, and in this one, it's version 3.0, everyone, which means we have Beidou, and she's such a great character. I've used her like a ton since she came out, and this is like the best clip that I have using her so far. I really enjoy using her in this game. I really like how they like implemented like her counter mechanic in this game. It's essentially like the Animo skirmisher, like we all predicted. But also her burst is like really devastating if you set it up with the right combos. For example, I'm using a Overload team, and with Yoimiya, who is officially nerfed, thank God. But she's still a really good character. Yoimiya is still really good if you set up the right combos. Don't sleep on her. But my opponent is using a Beidou Overload team as well, but instead of Yoimiya, they're using Klee. And I guess we're both using Fischl because my opponent likes that off-field Electro application as much as I do. So that's exactly what they're gonna do right now. Set up Oz on the summon. And I have Fischl I have Beidou as my active character due to my card hand that I have, because I know I can like get her set up like right away with that Electro Resonance card and that Wolf's Gravestone. And I'm going to play my Catherine card down right now so that I can have fast swaps ready to go like right off the bat. Like Catherine is such a slept on field card. Like I really like Catherine like a lot. In like any deck, like I could fit her in like any deck if I have like the space, because she's just so valuable. But yeah, my opponent has Oz down, so they have like a 2 damage lead against my team for the moment. Plus they have Sacrificial Fragments on Klee, so that's you know, they have like a resource lead at the moment, I guess, but things could turn around in a flash with in TCG, so you just never know, because amount of RNG in this game, for better or worse. So speaking of which, I'm going to go first this round, and I'm going to play Leeway Harbor to get some card circulation going on my end, and I'm going to attack with Beidou to get her Elemental Burst charged up. So she's at 2 right now, and my opponent has Beidou as their active character now, because I assume they're trying to get Beidou's burst active too, because they have a similar game plan to me, except with Klee. So my game plan is to essentially get Beidou's burst off, switch to Yoimiya, activate her pyro normal attacks, and just trigger Overload over and over again until everything's dead, while also discombobulating my opponent's like game plan due to constantly like switching out their like active characters. But my opponent has like the same idea, so it's all a matter of who's gonna get theirs off first and who's gonna pull it off more successfully. So both of our Beidous are at 2 charge right now, except my Beidou is at 5 HP at the end of this round due to Oz. But I do pull that Paimon card, and that is going to be very valuable so that I can ensure that I have a ton of dice for when it's time for me to just switch in Yoimiya and just go ham and get off as many normal attacks as possible. So I'm just gonna roll for some die to get some Electro die to see if I can get Beidou going. But of course, I get a absolutely trash dice roll. So thank God I have this Paimon card to generate 2 Omni die, because that was just awful. But I still need 1 more Electro die to get off Beidou's burst, just in case I get it charged this round. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play Lotus on my Beidou, because I really like the Lotus and Beidou elemental skill combo. It just negates so much damage while ensuring that Beidou gets like her counter off. Like it makes her extremely bulky. Like she could take hits with the Lotus thing equipped with her elemental skill active. Like she could take a hit and then dish a you know, a good amount of damage back with like a weapon equipped. Like, it's very good, like really slept on. But my opponent has the Mona Foresight card, which means that they're going to get Beidou's Burst off first. So that's not good. They're getting some really fast, like they're going to get like momentum going this next round because they end their round now, which means they're going to go first next round. So that isn't good. My Beidou's Burst is charged up now, but I can't use it till next round, so this isn't good. But I do have my Parametric Transformer down and that Paimon Field card down, so I can get a good amount of dice this round if I play my cards right. And I play Yoimiya, and I have Yoimiya's talent card in my hand. Yoimiya's talent card synergizes so well with Beidou's Burst. It's actually disgusting. You guys are about to see. So I'm trying to get some Pyro and Electro die this turn, but I don't get any, which sucks. But I do have that 2 Omni dies, so I could just fodder. Off to like 3 cards, and either 2 or 3 cards, and I can get off Beidou's Burst here. So I'm going to fodder off this extra talent card, which I do like running on Beidou, because if you get it off successfully, you can do multiple normal attacks with Beidou and get her burst charged up really fast. So I really like that as like an alternative option to get her burst charged up if I don't have any Electro Resonance cards in my hand. But yeah, I'm going to play that Adeptus Temptation Meal on my Beidou, proc her burst, deal 6 damage to Klee, and my Yoimiya is ready to go. Though looking at my dice count, it looks like she's probably not going to be able to do much this round. Like maybe 1 normal attack, maybe. But my opponent actually changes plans because they attack my Beidou, trigger Overload, and knock her out, which actually works out well for me because it triggers my Parametric Transformer and switches me to Yoimiya, so I don't have to waste a turn to switch to her. So that's perfectly fine. So instead of waiting until the next round to start dishing out some overloads with Yoimiya, I could just get started right now. So you know, thanks for that. Thank you so much for that. Beidou got the burst off, so she did her part. So now it's just a matter of utilizing Fischl to proc any overloads that I might need from this point onwards after Beidou's burst comes to an end, which will come to an end in 2 rounds. But I could dish out like a ton of damage before I have to like rely on Fischl from this point. But my opponent overloads me to Fischl, but it doesn't matter because I have Catherine down, so all I gotta do is spend 1 die, and there we go, I'm back in it, and I proc an overload on Klee, and I force them out to Fischl. Oh, it's so beautiful, so beautiful. I love it so much, dude. And next round, you guys are gonna see, this overload combo is just disgusting. You guys are gonna see. So my opponent has 4 die, so what they decide to do is play the Paimon card to get some Omni die in their hands for the next 2 rounds and end their round early. So I figured, you know what, let's go for broke, trigger 1 more overload, and force them out to Beidou. So this is good and bad because I assume they wanted to stay in with Fischl to set up Oz. But by forcing them to Beidou, I could potentially leave myself vulnerable to them setting up Beidou's burst again. So I kept them from getting up Oz, but they might set up Beidou's burst if I'm not careful. So I just got to keep an eye out for that. But this dice roll is pretty good for me. I get 4 Omni die, aka 6 Omni die, and 2 Pyro die. So this next turn, with Beidou's burst still active, is going to be absolutely disgusting. And look at that, look at that Electro Resonance and that Mona Foresight, and look, the Beidou's burst is already almost ready. So things could get pretty dicey if I'm not careful, because she's gonna go into a counter stance now. But an interesting That's actually an interesting interaction that I don't show off in this video. But fun fact, if you trigger Overload on Beidou's counter, like while she's in a counter stance, like she is right now, the character is forced out before the counter attack happens, so she essentially wastes 3 die for nothing. It's really cool. It's really funny actually, but look at this, look at this. I trigger Overload on Beidou, force her out to cleave, and because I have Yoimiya's talent card active, I then trigger Overload on Klee after she gets forced in and she dies, and then Fischl is forced in. That was just a double overload for a kill. That was so disgusting right there. Like that was hilarious. But my opponent has is close to Fischl's burst and Beidou's burst being active. But they're not going to get the chance because I trigger a 7 damage overload on Fischl right away. And with a combination of Yoimiya's talent and Beidou's burst, once again, that's 2 characters down in 1 round. It's just so disgusting, dude. That is absolutely disgusting. Unfortunately for me, I just barely... Minty rolls only last for... No, I didn't play Minty rolls this round. What am I doing? Unfortunately for me, I just barely don't have enough die to go for an extra normal attack to end the game right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play an Electro Resonance card and switch out to Fischl, just to make sure my Yoimiya doesn't die because her burst is active. So you know my opponent's gonna go first this round. So if I can just prevent my Yoimiya from dying, even though when she really doesn't have to, then I might as well just keep her alive, you know. So my opponent goes first, and they have Beidou's burst actives, which I assume they're gonna go for because of not only because of the damage, but because of the shield, the slight damage negation that she gets, on top of the Traveler's artifact that my opponent equipped on Beidou too. So, that's actually a pretty interesting combo. I actually want to try that out myself, see if it's actually worth it. But yeah, my opponent triggers Beidou's elemental burst, and fun fact, Yoimiya's nerf in 3.4 actually included a buff. Her burst changed to 3 energy cost, but the burst's actual damage got increased by 1 point. So I'm actually just barely gonna do just enough damage to take out Beidou this turn, thanks to that damage buff, which is actually hilarious to me. If this was 3.3, I actually would have had to tank it out for like another turn. But because of that, because of that buff, I'm actually able to take out Beidou right away, and that's the end of the game. So that was really good. I'm really liking Beidou Overload so far with Yoimiya. I might have to try it out with Klee, because I hear Klee is really good, but I don't really like Klee that much, to be honest. So I'm not really too interested. But if there's enough demand for it from everyone in the comments, I'll give it a shot. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the 3.4 patch in general, not just for TCG, but for Genshin content in general. And if you liked the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, because I really do enjoy reading y'all's comments, and I really do take y'all's feedback very seriously. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.